What up, YouTube? It's Mac the Trucker. Real name Jason. Go by Mac, hence Mac the Trucker. Coming out here today, I want to do a little video and give a brief rundown of my first 11 months on the spot market and over here at Light Trucking. I know there's a lot of people probably want to make the jump over here to the spot market and also find a good company. I know there's a lot of people out here watching YouTube and they're just looking for a little bit of information like I did. You know, I probably watched hundreds of videos before I made a jump out here on the spot market. So with that being said, that's what this video is going to be about. You know, I'm kind of new to this little camera stuff, this YouTube stuff. I've never done a video before, but I figured I want to come out here and help somebody. And if I can just help one person, then I'm going to feel a whole lot better about it. Everybody needs the truth, you know. I will say during this video, you know, it's not all peaches and cream. There's a lot of struggles out here, and you just got to get through them, and you got to find the right fit, someone who's going to give you that knowledge. And maybe if you run into a situation you don't know what to do, someone that'll give you that information to help you get through it and overcome it and learn from it. So I'm gonna give you a brief history of who I am, what I'm, my experience, and so forth. My name is Jason. That's my real name. I go by Mac. I'm an Indiana boy, and I've been driving a truck for 10 years. I picked this truck up, which is a 2014 Kenworth T680. I picked it up in 2016 from the most hated company. We all know who that is, Swift. I got it on a lease. It was like a 1.5 year lease, and I got to the buyout and I ended up purchasing it. But it took me a total of 4 years and 2 months to pay it off. And I will tell you, it was the hardest thing to do. And the more I started learning about the industry, watching a lot of these videos, a lot of people give me a lot of information on how it is on the spot market, and then, or even being a carrier for some of them, how much better it could be. So that's why I strove for. But that 4 years and 2 months was not a cakewalk, and I would not suggest any mega carrier. If you're wanting to get out here in the spot market, you want to be an owner operator and then take baby steps, is what I would call it. You know, I wanted to find a company, and I found Light Trucking, and I wanted to find a company though that I could take a step, learn the rate cons, and find loads, book loads, all that good stuff. And then eventually I do want to have my own authority, and I believe that will happen hopefully one day soon. So that's that. And moral of the story, don't give up. You know, just keep on going. You know, do your thing and strive for your vision. So with that being said, I paid off the truck after 4 years and 2 months, and I saved up. I was able to save up some money, which I wasn't hardly making any. Then I went and got my RRP plate, which was approximately $1,800 something. And I'll tell you what, I came over here in the beginning of April, or not beginning of April, middle of April, and the beginning of COVID. And now all the RRP place in Indianapolis, it was closed down. You know, there wasn't no in-person nothing, so I had to do everything through email, and that was a headache. So I got through that situation and got my old Ida. And you know, like I said, I had watched hundreds of videos on YouTube, and I had contacted people, and I was trying to find the right fit on a spot market company to come to. So I wound up over here at Light Trucking with Jeff. I checked him out over there. I found him on YouTube over our Big Rig Radio Network, and I just weeded between all the other different companies and decided which company was probably going to be the best fit for me, where I could learn the most. And I found it over here. You get an 80-20 split over here. Only thing that's going to come out of your check is your fuel. When you first come over, you will have an escrow. If I remember right, I believe it's $25, 40 payments, $1,000, and then after that it stops. That's pretty much to cover the cost of your ELD and the ELD camera, road facing, and then nothing facing you. I know a lot of people don't like that. But yeah, that covers the cost of that. So if you don't return it or whatever, you damage it, you bounce out, whatnot, you know, he's not out of the money he puts up front for all that stuff. You'll have that taken out. The fuel, I mean, you might have some IFTA. I mean, if you're not using your some kind of app to help you get the best IFTA stop along your route. Myself, I use FuelBook. It's worked out very good. Ever since I started using FuelBook, I've never paid IFTA. So Jeff's always sending me a check at the end of each quarter, paying me back. Now it's an 80-20 split. Now out of his 20%, he is going to go ahead and cover the Samsara ELD, because we over here we use Samsara ELD and camera, road facing camera, and I like it. It's very easy to use. You know, some people come from mega carriers, like I came from Swift, they had Qualcomm, but this one's pretty good. You run it off your tablet, and Jeff provides the ELD box, which has its own mobile hotspot, and it runs off that. You know, I have no complaints about it. I like Samsara. He also covers your major insurance, you know, your $1 million policy and your $100,000 cargo. So that's coming out of his cut. And you're getting 80%, but you're just getting your fuel costs. Maybe if you got a trailer payment or a truck payment or whatever, you had to go cover all that stuff yourself. And it's based off of what you're able to negotiate. So being out here on the spot market, that's the biggest thing you're going to have to do, is learn how to negotiate, know what the lanes are running, have the proper tools, i.e. what Jeff says, you know, his toolbox. And me, I use 123 and DAT, both of which I found out through other people. And like, I found out about DAT and how to use it before I ever had it. I found that out through Make Sense. He's got an awesome channel. You might want to go over there and check him out. He's got a lot of good information. And then obviously I found out about 123 on Jeff's channel, the Big Rig Radio Network. I knew how to use that before I ever had it, just by watching all the videos and paying close attention. Because I mean, I don't know everything, and I don't think anybody does. And if you think you do, you probably should get out of that driver's seat or whatever it is and focus on something else, because you're learning out here each and every day. I know there's people like me that didn't know nothing about no rate cons, no nothing like that. Everybody's starting off as a company driver, and you're all trying to work your way up. But where you put yourself in what position, and like these mega carriers, they just sell you a dream. Oh yeah, we'll give you a truck and all that good stuff. That's just a dream, man. It's not really a good deal. They're making a killing off of you. At least over here, or companies like this, you know, 80-20 split or whatever it is, you're getting more of the cut. And then when you're negotiating it yourself, which can be a little intimidating at first, when you're negotiating it yourself, your fate is in your own hands. So it's all how well you do, how quickly you learn, and pretty much that's it. You know, some of these dudes are a lot better than me at it. But here 11 months being over here, I feel I do really good. Like in 2020, I was over here 8 months, and I only, like 8.5 months, and only worked about 4.5 of it, and I made $62,000. That's all. That right there in itself, just for 4 months of work, $62,000. I mean, that's a pretty good jump compared to how much money I made at Swift and how hard I had to work to get it. So if you're any good at math, you just do the numbers off of the time frame that I give you. You know, you can make a whole lot more than that in a whole year's time. So if you're over there or you're out there and you're thinking about, man, is it really worth jumping on the spot market? I would say yes. And off of what I've experienced coming in the beginning of COVID, the rates were horrible. I was barely making Swift money. And then I think it was sometime around June or something like that, the rate started picking up, and it started getting back to normal, and from what I understand, even above normal. So you starting to get some of that money, you know, that you wasn't getting during COVID. So it made a jump. So it's an up and down thing, like a roller coaster, I guess you would say. But is it worth it? In my opinion, if you got the right mindset and the right hustle and the right drive, and you still could get plenty of holding time, you know, it's worth it. You're gonna come out here, you give 110% effort, and you're gonna succeed every time. The benefits of being with Jeff, and not only having the 80-20 split, but there's someone that you run to who's been in the game for 30 years and ask questions, pick his brain. I mean, not only can you do that just being a contractor with him, you just watch his show and you pick up gems every day. You know, if you're paying close attention and you really want to learn, he's got hundreds of videos out there. I suggest go check him out. Go check out Make Sense. Go check out Kenny Long down there in Florida. Go check out SoCal. Go check out, you know, some other contractors and guys that were over here light trucking in OTJB. He went out and got his own authority. I think that was last year. He's got some information. Snorlord, he's still over here, and he's got a lot of good information too. And that's what I did. I just checked out a little bit of everybody's journey. But what I'm hoping to do is calm some people's fears, but they want to make the jump, but they're kind of scared to make the jump. I say if you're really about it, go ahead and do it. There's money out here to be made. And like I said, it's up and down, and how well you do it, pay attention, do your homework, get you a little software or something to put your numbers in, so that way you run reports. I started that way back in my Swift days. I started early, and I started figuring out how to use the software and all that good stuff. But that right there is something to tell you how much you need to make each mile, and you see what you're spending and what you need to cut back on. Just a little tools. Then obviously I did mention 123 DAT. Get you a fuel book. Try to think of some other things that you might need if you come out here to spot market, and wherever you may find a home at, you know, on the spot market. I would suggest coming over here light trucking if he does have any openings. I'm sure there's probably some other companies out here, but like I said, for me, this was the best fit. And this is kind of a rush video. I was just chilling here on the laptop. You know, I wanted to get some information out there. Each one teach one, each one reach one, you know. So you might as well get it. So with that being said, I don't think of anything that I can really do or say right now that would give you a little extra help. I do intend to make videos here and there as my journey progresses, and hopefully you can learn something from me. If not, you know, sorry for wasting your time, you know, not really, but it is what it is. It's all about helping each other, man, and doesn't matter where you're from, it's about where you're going. So with that being said, I'm going to end the video, and I hope all y'all have a blessed day. Hopefully I come up with some more videos as I go along, and maybe different subjects to talk about. So with that being said, thank you for watching my video. Have a blessed one. Later.